Hi, welcome to What's Up with Gluten. I'm your host, Rhonda Barr. I want to talk to you guys a bit about food. Food to me is so important as far as nutrition goes. I'm a runner. I work out a lot, and I really find that food is my fuel. It makes a big difference on my end results when I go for a run, for example. I also love using fresh ingredients, like super fresh ingredients. Today I'm going to show you a trio of salads, some really beautiful salads, like huge flavor. We're going to start with the asparagus salad first. Asparagus, fantastic vegetable I got happening here. This time of year is a great time to utilize the asparagus. It's fresh, the flavors are at its height. With this salad, I'm going to start with putting some prosciutto in the pan because I'm going to crisp up my prosciutto. The reason I'm doing this is I want to make it like bacon bits, but prosciutto is less fat, so that's my choice on this. It gives me that nice salty flavor that I look for when I'm creating sweetness. I like the salt to go with it. I'm taking 4 slices, and I'm going to take this just to crisp up. I'll put it up a little bit higher here. While that's going, we're going to talk about the prosciutto. Oh, and sorry guys, by the way, this is Mia.
Hi.
My lovely assistant. Thank you. Mia is going to be helping us throughout the show, getting things for us or putting things away. Okay, let's go back to the asparagus. Asparagus has a natural snap, see? Just like that. But you know what? I'm fast at everything I do. So instead of doing that, I am just cutting it down. When I found out where that first snap was, that's what I did. So bringing it down to here. This is a really cool recipe I've got going on. What's happening here is I've got Ribena. Ribena is a black currant syrup, and it's really quite sweet. I'm also using orange juice, pure orange juice, and I'm going to poach the asparagus and the peppers into this. Take a look what's happening here. This is good. By the way, the asparagus is an antioxidant. Did you guys know that? It's really good for you. It's got so many nutrients to it. There's so many minerals. This time of year as well, I'm able to find some really neat little peppers. Take a look at these. They are so cool. They're just tiny little ones. I'm going to poach them along with the asparagus. And as I said, I'm going to be using my Ribena, and I'm going to be using my orange juice for that. Just get this thing ready here. This doesn't take long, by the way, on my crisping up of my prosciutto. Because of the fat factor, this is really quite lean. It's mostly meat. I'm just trying to bring it down so that I can sprinkle it on top of the salad at the very end. Okay, this is just about ready to go. Just the way I like it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get the asparagus into some olive oil. I'm just going to use maybe, I don't know, a tablespoon, if that. There we go. And I'm going to pop them right in, just to start it off. We're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, keep in mind, you don't use so much on the salt. The reason being is I've got the prosciutto, which is already salty, so just be careful on your flavors on that. It's just going in, just like this. It's super easy. I'm letting this go for just a minute or so before I hit it with the orange juice. And while we're doing that, the peppers are going to go in as well. And look at how pretty this is. The reason I'm doing this part here is really, it's for the wow effect with your eyes. What I'm looking for here is that I'm a strong believer the eye always eats first. If it doesn't look good to you, you're not going to stick it into your mouth. So this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just going to cut them up. This is what I'm doing here. I'm using 4 spears of asparagus per plate, per salad, and 2 peppers per salad. This recipe here that I'm doing is going to be good for 4 different salads. I'm also going to be using, by the way, arugula, which is fantastic. Take a look here, guys. Take a good look. This is ready to be hit now. Just popping this in. Watch, the orange juice is just going right in, as is the Ribena. Now watch this Ribena. It's really thick. It is a syrup. It's a black currant syrup. So think of the flavors of black currants. A little bit sweet, like I said. I am just going to put the lid on this. We got all the peppers there. Perfect. Get this out of the way, and I'm going to have a clean board, please. Okay, so a little bit of pepper. I didn't put the pepper in yet. And now we're just building. I'm poaching, as I said. I'm poaching, okay? This is going to go on. We're going to put it on for 5 minutes. 5 minutes only. While that's going, I'm going to get the rest of our salad components ready. Into it, I love cherry tomatoes. I eat them like candy. Pop in your mouth. Another one that's really good for you. In order for this salad to work for me, I always like them cut in half. You get a little surprise sometimes when you pop a tomato in your mouth and it just bursts everywhere. I don't like the surprises like that. This salad is so nutritious. It's quite filling as well. You could have this for supper. One thing I did last week when I was prepping for this, I took all these ingredients, and it was kind of cool because I thought, you know what, it looks so fantastic for a salad, but all these ingredients would be equally as good in a quiche. So what I'm doing right here, I did the same exact thing, but I popped it into a shell, into a pastry shell to make the quiche. And I started thinking, people have been calling me a lot lately and asking me, they have a little bit of issues with lactose intolerance as well. Sometimes if you're celiac, you also tend to have the issues with the dairy and having the allergies to the casein, which is the protein of the dairy. You know, you can actually make a quiche. This is very cool. You can actually make a quiche, and you can use the lactose-free milk, which is very cool. You can use goat cheese, because if you're allergic to the dairy, that's the cow. It's not the goat or the sheep. So you can actually have quiche. It's not a big deal to it. As I was building the salad up, I wanted all the flavors happening. So remember, I said I got sweet. Take a look here now. I'm just slowly poaching this in. I just want to soften it up a little bit. The arugula. I don't know if you've ever had arugula. It is fantastic. It is peppery. It's got such a lovely, lovely flavor to it. It will complement what we're doing here with the Ribena because of the sweetness of the Ribena. So on my plate, I'm just piling up like this. 4 plates, as I said, with the arugula. Now, I always think you have to have softness, you have to have crunch, you have to have all these textures happening in your mouth. For me, it's the only way that it works. What I did a little bit earlier is I took some pine nuts. I toasted them, and the reason for toasting your pine nuts is you want to release the oils. It's going to give you the full bang, the full effect. You don't want to use croutons, you want just like this. Okay, so this is just about ready here. Take a nice look. There we go. Let's get that off. And I want you to take a look at this. It's just a little bit soft, just a bit. It's still got that crunch to it. It's the al dente. So here, we're going to go 4 on each plate, just like that. I'm taking my peppers, and I like to take different colors on the peppers for sure. So take a look just like that. What do we got there? Need an orange one? Good to go, just like that. All right, now look at how pretty that is. What we're going to do with this is we're going to take a little bit of tomato on here, and we're going to take a tiny bit of the goat cheese. Just sprinkle it around, just like that. Now, how good does that look? We're going to do a little bit of seasoning with the salt and the pepper. Our finishing touch is the pine nuts, just like that. Last thing that we need to do is we're just going to, can you pass me a spoon, please? We're just going to pour a bit of the Ribena and orange juice right on top, just like that. And your salad is done. Now, that is fast and easy. It's a warm salad, like I told you. It's absolutely delicious, and it's really loaded with nutrition. Okay, well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, for you seafood lovers, I've got a crab and shrimp salad on the go. Welcome back. Okay, salad number 2. I love seafood, absolutely love it. Shrimp and crab. You know, shrimp, the name's kind of, you know, it's puny, small. Shrimp is a powerhouse of nutrition. I'm talking power. 4 ounces, very small little, like the palm of my hand here, that much. 4 ounces has 24 grams of protein. As a runner, it's really important to get my protein. The protein is what repairs my muscles after a long run. I wouldn't have it for breakfast, but I don't know, maybe it's pretty good. This is a nice dinner to have, or even a lunchtime to have when the warmer weather comes. Like I said, I live off salads in the summertime. So in this, all the flavors for me with seafood, dill's a natural. I'm just chopping dill up. I'm making the sauce right now. And I take about a half a cup of the dill. Don't worry about writing this down, by the way, guys. You can just go to my website, www.youneverknow.com, and it's going to be sitting there waiting for you. Okay, one of the things I did want to talk about, I'd mentioned a couple of episodes ago about your pantry. Really important. Start collecting things for the pantry to make your cooking really super easy. One of the things, capers. Capers and fish go really, really lovely together. It's actually the pod from the nasturtium flower. So if you grow nasturtiums yourself at home, you can actually pull the pod out. You'll see them very clearly, and you can pickle them and make your own. I did that last year. It's not hard to do. Capers go really lovely with fish, so I'm putting that in as well. And next I've got lemon. Lemon and seafood, they're just a natural. They really are. The flavor in the lemon is definitely to do with the outer peel. That's where the oils are, all the essential oils. So you're getting a really big bang on flavor here. But I like doubling it up. I like to have the flavor going both with the zest, but also with the juice to coat in the dressing. Like I said, right now we're just putting the dressing to this together. Now, I got to show you this next thing, because this is one of incredible cheater's way when you got no time to smoke. Liquid smoke. I'm telling you, this is a chef's best friend. It's actually natural. Believe it or not, it's natural. Don't ask me how they actually get this in the bottle, but it's the real deal. A little goes a long way. Shake it for sure before it goes in, and honestly, maybe I would go, that's going to be plenty. 4 drops maybe. You'll be surprised. Like, I wish you guys could smell this, because holy cow, it's strong. Okay, now when I have salads, I like all these different textures happening to my mouth. If it was all mush, that doesn't work for me. So celery, that's another thing. And I make the celery, the dice, kind of small here on purpose, because I don't want it to be overpowering in flavor. And I want it just to mix in with the rest of the ingredients. So that's going in as well. You'll notice I'm just using a little bit of the mayo. Word there, you guys pay attention, read your labels. Not all mayo is gluten-free. If you go to my website, there is a recipe there to make your homemade mayo if you so choose to do that. So take a look. I am just totally mixing this all in, just like that, okay? One thing I haven't put in yet is going to be the juice from the lemon that we just spoke about. One of the tricks, getting the juice out of the lemon. Actually, give it a little bit of a help and start rolling it a bit, just with your hand, okay? And that's helping to release the juice on the inside. Sometimes the lemons are pretty tough. So we're just going just like that. And I'm going to put my hand over top. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to catch the seeds with my hand, and instead of having it go into my salad. That wouldn't be such a pleasant surprise, biting into a seed. There we go. And actually, these lemons aren't bad. There's no seeds in these ones. Sometimes you luck out. Okay, so next, do me a favor. My hands are full of lemon now. I'm going to just grab that salt and pepper and put that in here as well. Okay, so just like this. We're just blending it all. And notice it's not really watery. It's just all coming together. One thing with this particular salad, you need to let the flavors marry. So I would let it sit in the fridge for probably about 4 hours to get the flavors being really tasty here. So I got about 1 pound of cocktail shrimp that's going in. And again, just coat it completely up. And I'm going to need to get a big spoon too as well for us to do this plating here. Now look how it's coming together. Really lovely. Crab's going in. Now, fresh crab, canned crab, doesn't really matter. This, I happen to use the can because, again, this was, if you're in a hurry, you can get your shrimp cooked, you can get your crab all set to go. Now look at how lovely this is. Again, just remember, goes in the fridge. Goes in the fridge for 4 hours, I would say, get the flavors to marry each other. You just want them to get to know each other. Presentation, when it comes to salads, I'm going to show you something here. Let's get this all out of our way. People feel that salads have to be, for some reason, in a bowl. They don't. You can do a really pretty presentation, just lining like this, on a nice flat platter. Let the salad have its height. Did you grab a spoon? Mm-hmm. Can I get a bigger one, please, if you don't mind? Awesome, thank you. Okay, so just like this, lay all your lettuce out. That's the other thing. Instead of having sandwiches, that type of thing, I like to wrap this kind of stuff into a butter lettuce, for example, and have that as my vessel to carry with. Nutritious, and it gives me the crunch I'm looking for. So here, look, it's not hard. And I'm just going to scoop it on. Take a look at that. It is so good. And like I said, I'm just showing you a presentation here, but you want to let it sit there for 4 hours for sure to get the flavors going together. There you go. And like I said, the eye eats first, so let's incorporate some of the flavors that we got going on here. Let's get some limes and just wedge it here and there. There we go. Just like that. Now that does look delicious. Just light, nutritious, loaded with protein, and easy to make. Now when you come back, we're going to kick back to the 60s on the next salad. Welcome back to the show. Okay, kick back from the 60s, Waldorf Salad. Little history behind it. The Waldorf Astoria, New York. A concierge went in the kitchen one day and created this killer salad. It's been around forever. Very simple. Apples, walnuts, grapes, lemons, mayo, and celery. I'm bumping it up with chicken. As I said, protein's really important to me in my diet, so I'm making it more of a meal. Now, one of the things being gluten-free, guys, remember, you're always looking for fiber, always looking for fiber. Keep the skin on the apple. Nothing wrong with it. You're just enhancing the fiber. Make sure you wash it really well and just leave it on there. I'm just going to be cutting it into cubes, just like this. Now, one thing you'll notice when you cut apples, they will oxidize relatively quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get some lemon into there right now. And notice my nifty little juicer, kicked back from the 60s. This was actually my grandmother's, believe it or not. And it's catching all the seeds, and we're just going to bring it in. See, you know all the fancy gadgets they have out there now? My girls at work, they're asking me, can they have an electric juicer? I laugh at them. See how it catches the seeds here? It actually catches them. This is, like I'm saying, this was my grandmother's. So I guess the salad's kind of apropos. I'm just going to take one lemon, and look at all the juices this thing takes out too. Not wasting anything back there. There we go. I just want to coat the apples because, believe it or not, they do brown very quickly. So let's just get these apples in here. Okay, so we're talking about fiber. That's really good for the celiac. Other things I'm putting in here as part of the salad, they're actually quite nutritious. The walnuts. Did you know that walnuts are really loaded with the omega-3, which is the good kind of fat that you guys are looking for? Definitely have a handful of walnuts every day is great. I actually put that in the morning time in my cereal almost every morning. Good way to get my fat. Don't OD on it because it is fat, and even though it's a good fat, if you eat too much of it, you get fat yourself. Nobody wants that. Okay, so in this recipe here, it's calling for 3 apples. It's calling for our walnuts. Now, grapes, also keep in mind, you want your grapes to be seedless. You don't want to be biting into this. And again, I'm going for color here, so take a look at what I'm doing. I'm doing the purple grape opposed to the green because I just think the green would wash itself out. But again, that's your choice on this. Let's pop this all in. Let's talk a little bit about our chicken. I'm putting the chicken in because the chicken has a ton of protein. I eat a lot of chicken. When you do get your chickens, make sure you do go after the natural, the free-range ones, and not the city chickens. Really, there's not a lot of nutritional value in them. It's worth the extra money for it, for sure. We're just going to keep going that. Would you do me a favor, Mia, and just keep popping these in for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so we're just building these all up right now. It's a very basic salad. We've got the chicken in there. We've got the apples. We have the grapes. The walnuts, and the celery. Now the celery's for the crunch aspect. Also, I mean, it's the crunch of the apple, but also the crunch of the celery. And believe it or not, it gives a load of flavor into this very simple salad. This is a great salad to have any time of day. And again, I'm always of mind that I use it with lettuce, like instead of putting it on a pita, which I guess you could probably do gluten-free pita. I just like to put it into a butter lettuce and like encase it that way, like a sandwich. You want your cuts of your celery to be the same size basically as the cuts of your chicken. When you start eating salads, if you have different sizes, like big chunks, small chunks, kind of gets clumsy, and you're losing the flavor, the building that you're doing here for all the different ingredients that are going in. This is also going in with mayo. Would you do me a favor and salt and pepper this, please?
Sure.
And then the walnuts, like I said. And here, the walnuts, I'm going to crush them a little bit here, just so the pieces aren't so big. Like I said, I want the pieces to be kind of the same. Thank you. There we go. Okay, how easy is this? Now we're just tossing it. Take a look. It's all just being tossed together. And There you go. Very simple. Now, again, this is another salad that, this actually will hold in your fridge. No word of a lie, 5 days. The flavors, the lemon, everything about it is so fresh. It's a really refreshing salad. So we're going to just go to the plate with this one. In it goes. And now look at how colorful that is too. It is really a refreshing salad. Now, I just want to recap what we did today, because we did 3 different types of salads. The first one are asparagus. Remember, the asparagus is loaded with antioxidants. Really beautiful. I want you to take a look here. That's our sauce, which is, remember, is the Ribena with the orange juice. It's been cooked down. Here, our seafood lovers, we've got the shrimp and crab salad. Remember that liquid smoke, killer. Get it in your pantry, super important to have. Last but not least, our kickback, the Waldorf salad. Absolutely delicious. And what do you think? You hungry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm starving. Yeah, every time I'm cooking for a whole afternoon, I get pretty hungry. Let me pass some of this to you as well. There you go. And I'll just borrow those tongs. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And a bit of the salad here. Oh, look at me. I'm being the pig. There you go. Okay, well, here you have it, all 3. Thanks for the help, and worth making, guys. Easy, delicious, worth making. Cheers.